Hi, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope all of you are doing really great. Welcome to the third episode of Understanding Enterprise AI Transformation and Adoption Framework. In the first episode, we understood the seven traps that organizations are falling into, because of which, despite spending billions of dollars, the AI adoption is still failing. And in the previous episode, we understood the first half of the adoption framework. In the previous episode, we discussed about having an enterprise vision and governance in place, having a design thinking workshop or an AI workshop, but after having analytics done and defining the problems clearly, we also discussed about why is it important to iterate the solution before we proceed. We discussed about the importance of having the right success metrics, and we also spoke about the requirement for pilot. Now we will see rest of the things in this session. Though we spoke about, or everybody agrees to the fact that a pilot phase is very much important, we still need to understand that there needs to be a staged approach within the pilot phase, which means you don't directly build an AI autonomous agent. It has to start at an advisory stage and it has to prove it worth to keep proceeding further. Here I have given a three-phase approach. The minimum should be three-phase, but you could have more than three. I saw an organization having a five-phase approach. As long as these three stages are covered, you are well within the framework. The phase one is AI acting as an AI advisor, where it brings enormous amount of intelligence, analyzes massive amount of data, identifies the root cause, basically acts as an assistant to the human, and thereby improves the execution speed of human being along with reducing human error and resulting in better outcome. The second stage would be, in addition to thinking, analyzing, diagnosing, and providing you with guidance, AI orchestrates and executes certain tasks based on human approval. And the third stage, only after you prove or AI passes these two stages, you can build an autonomous AI agent. Why is this important? Let us look at the major AI failures. AI chatbot, fast food chains AI order taking agent, car dealer AI agent which sold a car for $1, consulting AI which drafted contract incorrectly. Do you think these organizations did not go through a pilot phase? If you research, you will understand that they have gone through extensive pilot phase. Then why did it still fail? It is because this framework was not adopted. So here you will notice that the stage one is the advisor, which we already spoke about. Then it gets into an orchestrator stage with human intervention, and then finally autonomous stage. AI has to prove itself before it goes from one stage to another stage to another stage. When I say AI has to prove, you being the lead of the AI agent implementer, you have to prove this. Always the goal is not to have 100% autonomous AI operations from day one. Eventually, that is your goal, but you have to do it stage by stage. Let us understand this more by means of examples. I have provided certain examples here: capacity management, incident management, problem management, patch, backup recovery, network operations, cloud operations. Let us take capacity management for example. Why should it start at an advisor stage? Because first, the advantage is your AI agent can look at massive amount of logs from various environments, do correlation which is humanly impossible, and give you deeper insights which can help you do better capacity management. And optimization of capacity would also mean that your infrastructure and the business environment is up and running at the most optimal cost. But why can't it directly jump into the next stage? It's because despite you defining the guardrails, despite you having the right prompt, despite you having the RAG, which is retrieval augmented generation, your system can still fail. Why? For example, your RAG is sitting on a data where the documents that you have is not appropriate, which means you have multiple documents for the same policy, or over a period of time you have built newer infrastructure documents and have not deprecated the older documents. So which means your AI RAG is reading from conflicting data sources. Even if you try to put a guardrail saying use the latest document, there is no guarantee that your sanity of the document is appropriate, which means the document that was opened and saved last is the latest document. Similarly, you might have to keep improving your prompt from time to time based on the problems that you encounter. The guardrails that you put in place initially may not be sufficient in first go. So you need a lead time where AI acts as a capacity advisor to the human beings, and the technology agents, when I say technology agents, now I am referring to engineers who over a period of time will start understanding the gaps the AI advisor is bringing. Based on this, you keep on improving. And once it reaches a certain maturity, you get into the orchestration stage. In this stage, AI would do the advisory part, the diagnosis part, and come to you with execution of certain tasks where you would review everything and the human approves and the execution gets completed. This again continues to a certain period of time wherein the maturity improves, the quality improves. And eventually, once the confidence level shoots very high, you move those to autonomous agent, where now for a certain set of activities, the AI agent is completely autonomous, right from data analysis to execution of the task. You don't directly get into autonomous agent after pilot, you will have to earn it step by step. We also spoke about change management. It is very important that you start your change management right at the beginning. If you don't do that, what would happen? Your employees will use the AI assistance that you have provided to them as an AI search engine. Earlier you were asking Google, now you are asking AI. You will start measuring license cost. The usage cost will go up without much outcomes. The adoption will appear very high in dashboards, but with no actual ROI. So, what are the key factors in the change management? One of the key things is about training. And how do you provide the training? Not a very generic training. Your training has to be specific based on the different roles that exist in your organization. We also spoke about the right measurement. In the previous episode, we spoke about business measurements like is are you using AI to improve your sales? Are you using AI to qualify the leads appropriately? What is your AI's role in improving your security posture? Is it helping improve your customer satisfaction? The second level of matrices would be, or the granular matrices would be, what is your troubleshooting time? In that, how much time are you taking for diagnostics and arriving at the potential solution and then getting into the actual implementation? How much time are you saving in the diagnostic phase? Are you improving your presentation quality? Are you bringing in more intelligence to the discussions that you are having? Earlier, you were restricted by your experience and intelligence. Now, with just 5 years of experience, you can bring 10 to 12 years of experience worth knowledge into the meeting. And has the client communications improved based on the assistive tools that organizations have provided you? Coming to the next most important thing is finance. We already discussed saying the purpose of business is to do business, which is generate profitability for stakeholders. End of the day, money matters. Now, unlike traditional automations where once you finish the automation, the incremental cost used to be very meager. Today, you have an AI license cost, which is of course predictable. But after that, based on the token usage, your monthly bill can go up to unknown levels. Also, if you have implemented agentic AI, every time the agentic AI is triggered, or if you have put monitoring in place, it would cost additional budget. So you need to have AI FinOps in place. This is still evolving. So over a period of time, based on the pricing strategy of AI, we would be having better AI governance in place. And I'm also confident that with passage of time, the AI usage cost will also come down. You remember when we started internet, how costly it used to be, and now you get, you know, terabytes of data at very cheap cost. And the measurement, you have to constantly measure and then improve continuously. We spoke about AI needs to prove in every phase before it moves to the next phase. So if you have an AI, let's say an AI assistant which is in production, you will apply the continuous improvement philosophy here, constantly monitor, and you would come back to the steering committee saying that now AI assistant or AI advisor has matured enough. We would like to pilot the next phase. That is what is meant by correctly measuring and then ensuring that we improve continuously. With that, we have covered all the framework essentials, which is enterprise vision, having governance in place, ensuring right analytics before we go into design thinking workshop, doing iteration of the solutions, identify the right solution, define the right metrics, pilot before the full budget is approved. All the decisions are based on pilot. Nothing is based on hype, vendor marketing, or stakeholders pressure. Pilot needs to prove before you move to production. And in production, we spoke about step by step elevation from an AI assistant to an autonomous agent. And we also spoke about the importance of change management. If you don't introduce it from day one, your employees would be using AI as an advanced search engine. And most important, FinAI Ops needs to be incorporated from day one. With that, we come to the end of the adoption strategy framework. So far, we have covered the 7 hacks or 7 traps that organizations fall into. We completed the adoption strategy in 2 episodes. And next comes the most important sessions, which most of you would be keen about: the technology architecture and the platforms. Basically, the actual solution, technology solution, and the technology backbone needed to implement the AI agents. Hope this session was useful. See you soon in another episode. Have a great day. Bye.